You've probably been wearing fragrances wrong your whole life and nobody told you. I'm not talking about which scent you're wearing, I'm talking about how you're wearing it. Most people either overdo it, waste it, or apply it in ways that actually make the scent disappear faster. In this video, I'm going to break down the biggest fragrance application mistakes, from how many sprays you actually need, to where you should be spraying it, to why your scent isn't lasting even though you're wearing a beast mode fragrance. Let's see if we can fix that. Hey guys, welcome to the video. So today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about fragrance application because I think this is actually a subject that not a lot of people that maybe even into this hobby understand completely, and I can't take full credit for what works for me. There was a creator, I don't know if she's still making videos, but Ashley in Paris, I'm gonna try to link the video that I watched down below a few years back, and it completely changed how I apply fragrance every day, and it's made a massive difference in both how long the fragrance lasts, whether or not I get compliments or not, and the overall performance of the scent. So I'm going to cover those things with you guys today. But I would truly appreciate you guys dropping a like on this video if you like what you see today and subscribing to the channel. We are on the road to 24,000 subscribers, so I truly appreciate the love and support. So applying a fragrance. Well, let's start with, I think, the mistakes that people make. That mainly is either overspraying or underspraying and spraying in the wrong places. Now, depending on the fragrance that you're talking about, it's going to determine how many sprays you're actually spraying. Now, let's take my scent of the day, for example. It is Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau Fraiche. And this is a beautiful aromatic ginger scent, perfect for the summertime, discontinued fragrance, and one of the most amazing freshies that I have in my collection. Now, with that being said, though, it is a fresh fragrance. So the notes here, more aromatic notes, citrus that don't necessarily stick around through the life of the scent. The ginger, really biting but refreshing. So this is a fragrance that I personally would not be afraid to spray way more than, say, something more dense, heavy, and resinous. I absolutely love this fragrance. So for me, this is one that I would spray heavy. Now, if it's a heavier fragrance, a little more resinous, rich, smoky, that type of thing, I might taper back the sprays. Let's just look at number of sprays. Minimum, no matter what the scent, for me is, 6 to 7 sprays. That might sound like a lot to someone who might be new to fragrances, but the reality is this stuff, especially the top notes, they don't stick around a long time. So you're left with a dry down that, unless it's, pumping off of your skin, no one's going to smell it on you. Now let's talk about where you need to spray. And this is where Ashley's video really helped me out. And Ashley is a really good source of information. She is a perfumer, I believe, for Givaudan. Puts out a lot of thoughtful, educational content. So I trust her opinion. And even if I didn't trust her, I tried it and it works. The don'ts. Okay. A lot of times we've been told places to spray behind the ears, on your wrist here. These spots are some of the hottest points, pulse points on your body. So for whatever reason, when you spray these pulse points, they heat up faster. The fragrance doesn't stick around as long. Not only that, it can change the overall scent profile of the fragrance to maybe something that you might not enjoy that much. So what she suggests is spraying more of your forearms just before the wrist. So, your forearm, the back of your arms. This is, as she said, sort of an underutilized spot that people don't necessarily think of. Spraying your neck is fine. What I do personally is I get more of the front and my chest, my bare chest. So for me, what it might typically look like when I first start applying is I will hold the bottle maybe about 7 or 8 inches away from me, and just give a spray right there. So a little bit will get on my neck, some on the top of my shoulder here, and then I'll spray here in the front, and then I'll spray over here on this side. Now, that sort of covers me from my chest, the top of my shoulder, and on both sides. This smells incredible in the air right now. What I'll also do is spray the outside of my shoulder. Now, typically this is my clothes. So if I'm spraying my clothes, I'll get the outside of my shoulder and then the outside of this shoulder as well. Now, what I find that helps with is just having people around me notice my scent more. I sort of have broad shoulders, so if I'm walking by someone, you can leave a nice little sillage because essentially the widest part of your body is covered in fragrance. So as you're walking around the room, people are going to notice you more. In Ashley's video, she completely blew me away with what she suggested next, which was spraying your bare stomach. Now, hear me out, guys. It might sound weird. Why would I spray my bare stomach? Who's smelling my stomach? It works, guys. For whatever reason, what I've found is that in combination of spraying my bare chest and my stomach, and I don't do it every time, but I would say I do it, 85%, 90% of the time. It just creates a better scent bubble around me. I get more of the scent. So I don't know if that's because it's wafting upwards and just sort of spreading out, but I get more of the fragrance that I'm wearing that day, and it's really enjoyable. And it sticks around. That area of your body is not as hot of an area, so it's not disappearing as quickly as, say spraying your neck or the back of your neck or behind your ears. Not that those places don't work at all. If you want to continue spraying those areas, please do so. But I would definitely recommend adding in spraying your chest, spraying your stomach. It's an absolute game changer. Finally, spraying the back of your legs. Now, this is something that I will be honest, I don't do that often. But again, it's in sort of that realm of sillage. So you're leaving a sillage. You're looking for ways to have the scent trail you. So as you're walking by people, you get noticed. So that's pretty much where and how I apply my fragrance. Now, if I'm doing multiple sprays, if I'm spraying 10 sprays of a fragrance, I might, instead of doing 1, 2, 3, I might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. Maybe on the back of my shoulders, between my shoulder blades. Again, keeping in mind that you're leaving a trail behind you and you want to contribute to that sillage. And that's what I'll do. I might do, a couple sprays on my stomach, maybe 3 sprays across my bare chest. So if I'm spraying more of something, that's how I'm doing it. Now, the other thing I think people don't do enough is spray their clothes. A lot of times they just neglect spraying their clothing. Now, there's a couple drawbacks to that. If the fragrance is a little bit darker in color and you're wearing a light colored shirt, you may not want to do that. If it's a higher oil concentration, it can even stain the shirt. So be mindful of the type of fragrance that you're spraying and how much you're putting on your clothes. One thing I forgot to mention is the other thing that doesn't necessarily work that well, at least for me, is kind of the classic spraying a cloud in front of you and walking through it. I feel like that's something that we did in high school. Maybe we saw it on TV or something. Doesn't really work. And you're kind of wasting your fragrance at that point. And finally, I want to mention one thing that you want to make sure of is that if you are spraying skin and only skin, make sure you are using some type of moisturizer, ideally an unscented moisturizer. The more moisturized your skin is, the longer the scent will stick around. Stay moisturized. Be sure to do that. But I hope today's video was helpful. I know it helped me when I got some of this information. So would love to know what your spraying regimen it is. I'm not saying this is the only tried and true way. It's definitely not. So if you guys have things that work for you, drop it in the comment section down below. And if you have any questions, I answer every comment. I would be more than happy to try to help you through it. So that's it, guys. If you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.